This Mudclaw MT tire is for those of you that have a 1987 all the way up to the current model year Wrangler that are looking for a mud terrain tire that's still going to be a high quality tire. It's just going to be a little bit less expensive than some of the other options out there. This tire is going to come from a 31 to a 35 inch size and fitting a 15 up to a 17 inch wheel. Now, this is the Mudclaw MT. There's also the Mudclaw MT Extreme. The Extreme is going to have a 3-ply sidewall. This is going to be a 2-ply sidewall. So this tire is going to be a little bit less expensive than some of the other ones out there for really 2 reasons. One, that it's a 2-ply and not a 3-ply sidewall. And 2, the fact that it's Mudclaw and not one of those more well-known names. You are going to save a little bit of money because you're not buying something that has that well-known household tire name. That being said, I still think this is a very high quality tire. As far as the tread goes, it's still going to have the same large lugs with large space in between, designed to give you maximum traction off-road. However, with any mud terrain tire that has this setup, they're going to be a little bit louder on the road and wear a little bit quicker than an all-terrain tire, but that's just what you get on the road. When you're off-road with any mud terrain tire, this one included, you're going to get maximum traction because of the way these lugs are designed. The tread does work its way down onto the sidewall a little bit, giving you some additional traction, some protection for the sidewall, and giving you that telltale MT look also. Now, if you are somebody who does a lot of off-roading on the rocks, you're in the mud where there's sticks, roots, different things sticking out, you want a little bit of a stronger sidewall, you can go with the Extreme to go up to a 3-ply, still with the Mudclaw brand, and still save some money over some of those other brands out there while still having a very high quality tire with a little bit of a thicker sidewall. Again, this is going to have that 2-ply sidewall, saving you even more money, which is great as long as you're not going to be using the benefits of that additional sidewall thickness. A mud terrain tire in general is going to look very similar to this one. Again, it's going to have these nice large lugs with spaces in between, and the spaces are designed so that when you're in the mud, that mud gets stuck onto the tire can essentially become a slick. If you get up a little bit of wheel speed and you have these nice big spaces, that mud can be ejected from the tire, giving the tire its claws back, giving it its bite again, and allowing you to get some traction and get out of whatever hole you're in. Now, these large lugs do have some siping in them right from the factory, and that's going to be those cuts in the lugs, and what that's designed to do is give the lug a little bit of flexibility. So especially when you air this tire down off-road, it's going to be a little flexible, it's going to give you the maximum contact patch when you're running over some rough terrain, which is going to give you the maximum amount of traction. That tread that is on the face of the tire, of course, is going to extend onto the sidewall just a little bit, and this area is going to have some protection, also give you some traction because of that tread on the sidewall. And again, this is just going to be a 2-ply sidewall, not a 3-ply sidewall. If you are looking for a little bit more sidewall strength, something a little bit thicker, Mudclaw does offer their Extreme with the 3-ply, or you can step up to another brand that has one of those 3-ply sidewalls as well. Of course, with the tire, you're going to want to take your wheels and tires to a mountain balance shop and have them do that work for you. Don't be surprised if the shop doesn't want to balance your tires right off the bat. A lot of rubber is going to sling off of a big mud terrain tire in that first 500 miles or so. So some shops won't even waste their time mounting and balancing right off the bat. They'll have you come back after about 500 miles and go ahead and balance the tire out at that point. So just something to note, not all shops, but some shops will do that. Now, I know we've all seen the videos of people mounting tires on wheels using some sort of explosive, some sort of combustible. That's something that should be used as sort of a last ditch effort, a worst case scenario as a trail fix, not to mount up 5 brand new wheels and tires. You can do this at home if you're installing these tires on a 3-piece wheel, something that has a bead lock, but if you're mounting it on a traditional 1-piece wheel, do yourself a favor, take it to a mountain balance shop. These tires are going to run about $145 to $240, and that is going to depend, of course, on the size of the tire and the size of the wheel. In general, the larger the tire, the more expensive, and the larger the wheel you mount it on, the more expensive as well. It's a little bit counterintuitive because there's actually less rubber required if you're mounting this on a larger wheel, but that's just the way the tire prices break down. If you do step up to the Extreme, of course, it's going to be a more expensive tire, having that 3-ply sidewall. And if you step up to one of those other brands that have a 3-ply sidewall and a little bit of a better known name, of course, you're going to be spending more for that as well. But I do think that this is still a very well-built tire. I think it's going to work and wear very, very well for you, and you're going to save some money over some of those other brands. So if you're looking for a tire that's going to be a little bit less expensive than some of the other options out there, but still give you something that's going to wear and work very well, I would definitely recommend taking a look at the Mudclaw brand, and you can find them right here at extremeterrain.com.